I'm going to talk to you today about when you should quit your job. There are a number of factors that go into this, and if you know them, you'll be better suited to actually make the decision and feel good about it. These factors are things like age, your level of savings, your level of enjoyment in the job, how much you're learning in the job. And they all interplay together. Without one of these factors being considered, you are going to make the decision in a shallow way that isn't going to suit you in the best way. So let's jump in and talk about these things. The first one is age. And I think one important thing to realize is that when you are younger and you have no responsibilities like kids or mortgage or other big debt payments that you've got to do, it's important to know that the job should be about learning. You're not fully developed between the ages of, say, 18 to 30, even slightly beyond 30. You're not fully developed. There are people out there in the job that you want that are much better qualified than you. And those are the people that you want to be learning from. So even if the job isn't paying you as much money as you want, it's important to know that the education and the experience you're getting from the job is actually more important in the beginning than the money. So one way to decide this is that if your level of learning and your level of experience, or the rate at which you're learning something new, starts to fall off, potentially it's time to change the role or move to somewhere where you can learn a bit faster. As you get a bit older, the money is probably more important to you than the experience, because you have slightly less time left in your working career. You also probably have more responsibilities. Maybe you have kids. Maybe you've taken on a mortgage payment. If you mess up, for example, you catastrophically fail in a job and you're a little bit older, potentially this harms your plans more than if you are much younger and you can recover, because you've got more years left inside you. So if you're younger, I would say it's more important to be learning on the job and to be getting the experience and the money. So judge it when you are younger. Am I learning as much as I could here, or could I be learning somewhere else faster? And if that's the case, probably think about switching. Let's talk a little bit about enjoyment. I think a job, you should be there because you are there for a purpose. The purpose either should be learning if you're young, like we said, or financial. You're at the job because you need to earn money, and you should have a plan for what you're doing for that money. Otherwise, what are you working for? So if you are in a job and you seriously hate it and getting up every day is a struggle, maybe that is worth changing the job for. If it's only mild discomfort, potentially instead of changing the job, you need to look at how can I reframe this so that I actually enjoy the process a bit more. Because enjoyment in the job, while important, it's not the biggest factor. If you don't enjoy something as much but you're learning extremely fast, potentially it's worth suffering a little bit for that job. Let's talk a little bit about finances, because we've talked about learning and rate of progress. If you are in a good job and you are getting paid a lot of money if you're young, there is an element of just sucking it up even if you don't enjoy it for a couple of years so you can get a good amount of money behind you. That money will compound over time, or it will allow you to set yourself up so that you are in a position where you can say no to things that people who didn't work hard and put themselves in that position, people that are in that position where they didn't put themselves in the financial decision, they can't say no to certain things. So if you're young and you are earning a lot of money and it's not that enjoyable, maybe stick it out for just a bit more and save. if you've been earning good money but your lifestyle has been inflating, it doesn't really matter how much money you're earning, you're going to be stuck in the job, because as you earn more, your lifestyle costs increase. Then what happens if you lose that job? You've still got the same lifestyle expenses. Are you going to cut that level that you've built up? Maybe not. So that's finances in the job. That's enjoyment in the job. And that's what happens if you're older or you're younger in the job. Another one is location. So if you really like your job, but you dislike the location that you're in, you can try and get a remote position. You lose some of the things like direct access to the team, the crossovers that happen when everyone's in the same room. But if the location is the problem, but the job is okay, you should ask and see if you can go remote, and that would let you move to a different place. If the job is a problem, but you like where you are, that's probably a decision you need to make about the job. If you are in a job that is a completely dead-end job, so you're there purely for money, you're not learning anything, if you have another way, or you have some savings, you probably want to move out of that job and find something, even for less money, where you can actually learn the thing that you want to do. Another big factor in whether or not you are going to leave this job or not is how much you've got saved up. We talked about lifestyle expansion and lifestyle inflation. If you have a lot of bills or you've got lots of debt from failed projects, it's a lot harder to leave a job. If you have a lot of savings and you've got 6 months of runway or a year's worth of runway is the amount of time you could keep going without earning any more money. If you have a lot of runway, you probably can leave a job with a high degree of confidence. And you can leave a job without anything backed up and just go out into the world and trust that you're going to find a job. If you've got no savings and you've got a lot of bills to pay, maybe you've got responsibility like kids, you can't leave that job without finding something else. You have to keep the money coming in because you've got these things to pay for. I hope this helps. It can be scary leaving a job. It can be horrible getting up for work every day when you hate it. These are the factors that you should consider when you're thinking about leaving a job. Thanks for watching.